Yo, number 10 on the list is KRS-One, known as the Teacher. Came in the 80s with the Boogie Down Productions. He had that legendary beef with MC Shan where he won. He definitely would come into top 10 because a lot of rappers I was listening to in the 90s, they all looked at him like he was like one of the dons, so he definitely should be in top 10. Then you come in number 9, one of the most underrated rappers of all time, Busta Rhymes. He's been around since the early 90s. He goes on big songs like Woo Ha, Got You All in Check, and then you got his album Put Your Hands Where My Eyes Can See. Very good style of rapper. He's had big songs with like Janet Jackson, everybody in hip hop, Dr. Dre, Mariah Carey. Absolute legend, Busta Rhymes. Next on the list comes in DMX at number 8. DMX I feel like should be top 5, but you can't be mad at top 8. DMX came in with those 2 classic albums that hit number 1 in the same year. Only rapper that first 5 albums went number 1 on the US Billboard chart. And for a gully, kind of grimy, gravelly voice rapper, talked about dark stuff, he was a proper legend. Coming in number 7 is Nicki Minaj. I feel like I understand why they put her this high because she's had a lot of commercial success. But for me, Nicki Minaj was damn near a pop star. Do you know what I mean? I don't think she should be top 7, but she should be like around that top 20 maybe. But yeah, she's had big songs, big hits. I liked her before she went all poppy with that Starships music and all that. Coming in number 6 is 50 Cent, repping that Queens, New York. 50 obviously came in with an atomic bomb of an album, Get Rich or Die Trying, in 2003. Sold like 12 million worldwide. Big songs, biggest hip hop debut album of all time. Had great albums after that, sold 1 million albums in a week with the second album, brought out loads of artists, mixtapes, had it on Smash. You know, what can you say about 50? He was a legend, still a legend. But yeah, I would say top 6. Is that a good place for 50? If you're talking about on a lyrical standpoint, probably no. If you're talking about on an impact level and just having a big star, then yeah, you gotta say 50 is in there. Coming in number 5 is LL Cool J, another rapper repping that Queens, New York. LL started in the mid-80s. He was probably the first rapper to have a real proper formula when it comes to this music game in hip-hop. He always came out with songs catered towards the ladies, and then he would come out with a big, like, tough record just to keep that street cred. He was very clever in that sense, but you know, people like Drake and Ja Rule and others have followed suit from there. Coming in number 4, it is Rakim Allah. Rakim, part of that golden era. Probably one of the first rappers to really get that lyrical and deep on songs. You can hear the Nas. Nas was heavily influenced by him. Obviously, a lot of rappers were influenced by him. You know, Eminem's come out, said he's one of his influences as well. Rakim, for me, should be top 3, or probably 1 or 2. But yeah, you can't be mad at number 4. It's done well. Coming in number 3, you know it's Escobar, it's Nostradamus. Nas comes in, Queensbridge MC. Again, Queens doing their thing. He comes in number 3. Nas has got that longevity coming from that 1993 when he rocked on Live at the Barbecue. To this day, he's still putting out top level albums. For me, Nas should be number 1 or 2. But again, you can't be mad at number 3. We don't even know the criteria anyway. Coming in number 2 is Notorious B.I.G. Biggie. Controversial one, I think, for me, because as much as Biggie is a legend, Biggie only did 2 albums. Like, the first one was amazing. It's in my top 5 albums of all time. The second album was also amazing, but he actually died a week before it came out. And cool, he completed the album. But when you make someone in the top 2 when he only had 2 albums, you compare it to someone like Raekwon and Ghostface and you know, all these other people that have 9, 10, 12 albums. It's like, how does he get ahead of Nas, really, in my opinion? Because him and Nas were on the same level. Biggie might have been just a bit ahead of Nas when Biggie was alive, to be fair. Just a bit. It wasn't like miles ahead. I think if Biggie survived, he would have done even better, because he had that melodic style of rap. But let's go into number 1, people. You probably guessed it. I haven't said his name. It's Jigga Man, Jay-Z. Jay-Z had to be number 1. I think if I was really gonna do a list, I rate Nas higher than Jay-Z. But if I was to do a list, I would put Jay-Z number 1. Only just I would put him number 1. He's just so New York. So is Nas. It'd be, for me, Nas, Jay-Z, or Rakim for that 1, 2, and 3. But you can't be mad at Jay-Z. Jay-Z's had one hell of a run. Before Drake came in with his run, it was really Jay-Z that had the best run in hip-hop. Maybe LL Cool J can rival that. But Jay-Z was like the number 1 rapper for a lot of years. But that's your list from Complex. Shocking list in my opinion. I don't rock with this list. I think the Billboard list was a lot better. I mean, what was the criteria for Complex? I don't know. You got people like AZ, who wasn't even on this list. I mean, how can you make a New York list and not have AZ on there? Do you know what I mean? How do you not have a Lloyd Banks on here as well? Lloyd Banks is one of the best lyricists to come out the last 20 years in rap. But let me know in the comment what you think. Who do you think should have been on this list? Who was in a position that you didn't agree with at all? Leave a comment below and like, share and subscribe to the channel. It's Fresh Hip Hop Opinion. Peace and love.